Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we are having a retro No One Has to Bead Alone. It means that we will bead together a design that I came up with several years ago. And now it's time to shine the spotlight on it again. So today it's the Peregrina earrings. But before we would start, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. I see a comment from Ariane already, and she says that it's rainy in Berlin today. But she just got her beading school package to cheer her up. Isn't there a bit of sunshine and Christmassy feeling in every beading school package, dear Ariana? Sunshine even on a rainy day and a Christmassy feeling while unpacking it even in July. I see Yosin, and Ariana confirms that she can see me and hear me. Thank you so much, Ariana. Rachel has a very hot summer day. Tina is here. All is well with Tina. Sherry, Angelina, Lutka, Barbara, Corinne, Violetta, Hannah, Jen, Robin. Hello, everyone. So, as I said, today we have a retro No One Has to Bead Alone workshop. I started to teach No One Has to Bead Alone workshops at the beginning of COVID, when suddenly we were all at home alone, and I wanted it to be my social contribution to the beading community, so we still feel connected no matter where we are in the world. And Peregrina was one of those first designs. Well, a bit more than 5 years later, we are still going strong, stronger than ever. No One Has to Bead Alone got also connected to the Beading School Academy. The Beading School Academy is a bi-monthly membership program for beaders for all around the world. Every 2 months, you receive a beautiful package full of components and beads and cabochons, always centered around a specific theme, a specific color combination, and shapes. Now we are working with the Towards the Lighthouse box. We have just started, and in fact I selected the Peregrina earrings because, with a little modification that I'm going to show you today, you can bead it not only from your existing stash, but also from the Towards the Lighthouse Beading School Academy theme box that I have here with me. You can bead it even from the theme box in multiple color combinations, because we have multiple colors of Delica beads, fire polished beads in it, and so on. I'm actually working with yet another color combination because I wanted to bead even a different one. We have already one beaded from the box by Aniko. Always a little while before we would all receive the boxes, Aniko actually visits the beading school treasury where your packages are dispatched from, and the whole team, everyone can join and bead together the retro No One Has to Bead Alone design. And the team loves it very much, guys and girls. And actually, we have posted a big bunch of photos from the treasury beading session on our very active Instagram account yesterday and today. So if you would like to see the beading school teams versions and everyone working together, then make sure to visit the beading school Instagram account. I will actually put in the link here for you. so it's easier for you to find it. Just a moment, I am posting it in the comment fields. And in the meantime, so many other beaders joined. Kimberly, Amanda, Linda, Hannah, Bernadette, Carol, Joanna, Kristen, Aniko is here. Thank you, Aniko. Judy, Jennifer, Corinne. Corinne loves the olive green with red, Aniko's choice. And Helena is also here. In the meantime, I would like to ask you a favor. Also, I have a link here for the virtual classroom. If you are a student of the Beadingschool Academy, then already there is knowledge and everything gathering in the virtual classroom. So you might want to check it out. I'm also putting in the link for it. And if you are not a student yet, then you can become one of us at beadingschoolacademy.com, or if you visit, just a moment, I'm looking for my link. If you visit this page, then we have a few boxes left for you. And lovely ladies, in the meantime, please make sure to hit the like buttons, make sure to hit the share buttons, tell your beading friends about Beading School and the Academy, and no one has to bead alone. It really matters. It matters so much more actually than you might think. So please take a moment and hit the share button. Thank you so much, everyone. The tutorial for No One Has to Bead Alone for today's Juval is already waiting for you at the usual place. It means that you can either navigate directly to noonehas2beadalone.com, or you can visit beadingschool.com and then find the No One Has to Bead Alone part in the main menu. As always, I have two options for you. So you can either download the tutorial as a gift from me and Beading School for 3 days, starting 1 hour before the workshop. So now the gift version is there and it stays there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or you can also choose to support the video and support Beading School by checking out through the bead shop with the tutorial. So we are really happy. I am very, very happy that you are here, and I can't wait to see all your variations afterwards. I'm very curious because there are so many possibilities actually. Even with tiny motifs, we can create so diverse jewels. In the meantime, also Terry, Martika, and Sue joined. And Sue says that her Beading School Academy Towards the Lighthouse box was just delivered. And every time when someone gets a box, someone gets a package, that's a tiny celebration. Not only on your bead mat, but I also love to hear about it. And also you can snap a picture, post it also in the Beading School Club, and cheer for the colors together. Also, hi Nancy and hi Loretta. So the variation that I'm showing now, that was my original Peregrina earring. As you can see, in very different colors, purple, turquoise, and green. And I would also like to show you, this is one of the variations beaded in the Beading School Treasury by one of our team members. So the designer, it was me. And if you would like to check out more of my tutorials, then you can follow the code here, or indeed visit beadingschool.com. So as I said, you can bead this from the July-August Beading School Academy team box. And now I would like to switch to my bead mat to show you how it's made. And in the meantime, I will show you the little introduction video of the Towards the Lighthouse Beading School Academy theme box while I will mess around with my camera to distract you. Afterwards, please let me know if you will still be able to hear me and see me. Enjoy the video, and hi Belinda, Nancy and Sharon. I'm back. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. You can actually see one of the other designs that I beaded from the Beading School Academy theme box, because today I had a drawing day and I drew the instructions. I started yesterday and I am nearly done today. I drew the instructions for two of the tutorials that you can make from the box. One is the Sea Breeze Rose. These are the original colors. And this was my second color combination. The colors this time, some from the box, some not from the box. So just a little sneaky peeky of what I was working on. And I also already drew the illustrations for a No One Has to Bead Alone tutorial that we will make later. I think sometimes in, I can actually very well organized me. This is how my little mini kits look like. So we will bead it on the 7th of August. This was the original color combination. And when I was drawing the instructions, I really want to show you this. I actually had an idea to substitute the spacer bar in the middle for one of the slim navets, the new slim navets. So the original of this design has this spacer bar, but I was able to bead the same with the slim navet in the middle. And the slim navets, they just came online in the Beading School bead shop in many different colors. They are from Preciosa. They come with gold and silver colored settings too. So if you would like to have some, then you have now a wider choice of colors available. But now back to Peregrina. So let's see first that what kind of beads will you need for today's Peregrina motif. You will need for one motif 12 pieces of half tila beads. We actually have quarter tila beads in the Towards the Lighthouse box, so I will show you a trick how you can substitute the half tilas for quarter tilas. You will also need 8 pieces per motif for the from the 2mm round pearls. Then you will need 8 pieces of 3mm fire polished beads, 8 pieces of 4mm fire polished beads, and then some size 15 seed beads and 1 or 2 colors of Miyuki Delica size 11 seed beads. I am using my usual tulip beading needle and my usual 12mm 4LB fire line. For one motif, you will need about 120 centimeters or 47 inches of thread. And Belinda loves the substitution in the other design, and also Kimberly. Thank you so much, ladies, and big hugs to you, dear Terry. And now, let's get started. We will start by picking up 4 pieces of Miyuki Delica beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will join them into a little square by beading one more time through all of them, all 4 beads, and then for a third time through the very first Miyuki Delica bead. So when I pull the working end and the tail thread, then I have a sturdy little squarish thing here with the tail thread and the working end hanging from the same bead in opposite directions. I love starting motifs this way, by the way, and I haven't done it in a while, so I might get back to playing this way a bit. And now I will add additional Miyuki Delica size 11s, always between the Miyuki Delicas that are already there. So I picked up a Delica, I bead through a Delica. I pick up a Delica, I bead through a Delica. And I need to do this 4 times altogether. 3, 4, and then I repeat a tiny bit of the thread path until my thread is hanging from the second new Miyuki Delica that I added in this step. So I have again a square, but a somewhat bigger square. Now there are Miyuki Delica beads on either side of the square and also on the corners on the square. And you should have your thread hanging from one of the corner Delica beads when you finish step 2. In step 3, we start working with the Miyuki half tila or quarter tila beads. So if you are working with half tila beads, then please follow the thread paths that you see on the screen. And otherwise, if you have the quarter tilas, I will show you how to substitute the half tilas for quarter tilas. So as the name already suggests, every half tila is the size of 2 quarter tilas. So theoretically, it is enough to just simply pick up 2 quarter tilas and then go on. However, I found it that I need a little bit of extra strengthening to make sure that they look nice and don't slide apart. So first, I picked up 2 quarter tilas instead of 1 half tila, and I joined the 2 quarter tilas to each other by beading in the opposite direction through the second still open outside holes. I repeat the thread path through the first holes, and then I bead through the next Delica bead on the corner of the little square. So this fixes the quarter tilas into one unit, and they will not slide apart. And every time when we pick up 2 quarter tilas instead of a half tila, this is what we need to do. So again, second time, I pick up 2 quarter tilas, I fix them by beading backwards through the outside holes, again through the inside holes, and I bead through the next Miyuki Delica on the corner. So this is how it looks like for now, and I need to do it 2 more times. Let me know, ladies, if you are working with half tilas or quarter tilas. I am curious if you are following the original or the substitution variation. Again, I picked up 2 quarter tilas. I bead through the outside holes. I bead through the inside holes for a second time, and then the next Delica on the corner. So I have 3 units of the Miyuki quarter tilas in place, and I need to do the 4th one. So 4th pair of quarter tilas. Today you might be faster than me if you are using half tilas. So please be patient while waiting for me catching up with you this time. So now I added the last unit, and then again I bead through a corner Delica bead, I pull my thread nicely, and then I continue until my thread is hanging from the second pair of quarter tilas from the inside holes, just repeating a tiny bit of the beginning of the thread path, but now I don't repeat the thread path through the outside holes. So I have this little cross shape now. And Tina says that she's using half tila beads from previous boxes. Antoinette loves the new Miyuki beads in this box. Angelina's beads are traveling after moving, so she needs to improvise a bit. And Terry says that her box is still traveling, but she's obsessed with all kinds of tilas, so of course she has enough in her stash already. Then let's see what's happening in the 4th step. Please note that we are still beading through the inside holes of the quarter tila or half tila beads. So my thread is hanging from the inside holes of a pair of quarter tilas. I pick up 2 pieces of the 2mm round burrs, and I bead through the inside holes of the next pair of quarter tilas. And I do this 3 more times. In the meantime, Yosin says that she's going for the quarter tila version. By the way, this way, you can actually, if you want, you can use 2 different colors and make it more interesting. But even if you are using only one color of the quarter tilas, then it is a little bit of extra texture added to your beadwork if you have quarter tilas instead of half tilas. So it does have its advantages. The first time I saw this, using quarter tilas instead of half tilas, I saw it in one of the beautiful jewels of Kata, actually, so I want to mention her name. Thank you so much for the idea, Kata. I'm adding now the 4th last pair of 2mm pearls, and then again I repeat a tiny bit of the thread path until my thread is hanging from the first bead of the second pair of round pearls that I added in step 4. So this is how it looks like. And Sherry indeed says that she has always liked the look of the 2 quarter tilas to replace a half tila. Isn't it interesting how it looks like? I love it too. And now I will repeat kind of the thread path with a little modification. The little modification is that I will always add a Miyuki Delica size 11 bead in between the 2 pieces of 2mm round pearls. So now my thread is hanging from the first from a pair. I picked up a Delica and I bead through pearl, inside hole of quarter tilas, and 1 more pearl. And this is when I would like to suggest to take a little bit of extra attention, pay a little bit of extra attention to your tension, not pull too much, don't let it loose, what I suggest is pull it and then like gently push it in between your thumb and other finger to make sure that is just right, or as my Swedish friends say lagom. It's also an option at this moment to attach a tiny Preciosa suwan rhinestone with a flat back to the middle of the motif. So in this case, I would suggest attaching one to the Delica beads in the middle if you would like to add more sparkle. Kimberly says it looks cute already. I think so too. This could actually be a tiny matching earring in case that your full motif becomes like a bracelet or pendant or a brooch maybe. So there are lots of possibilities, going even smaller, even with a small motif like the Peregrina. And I added all 4 Delica beads, and again I repeat part of the thread path until my thread is exiting the second new Miyuki bead that I added in this step. So this is how it looks like. And Peter is asking if I'm using turquoise blue or turquoise green quarter tilas. Well, it's hard to say. I would call it turquoise blue, but just to make sure that we are talking about the same, it is the number 412. I marked it half tila for some reason, so I hope that I marked it well. But according to my little box, it's 412. It's a shiny turquoise one, and it's available in the Beadingschool bead shop. And let's see what's happening in the next step. In step 6, we will connect the Miyuki Delica beads to the outside holes of the quarter tila beads or half tila beads. We will need some size 15 Miyuki round seed beads to do that. 3 pieces in every group. And easy peasy, my thread is exiting now a Delica. I pick up 3 round 15s, and then I bead through the outside holes of the quarter of half tilas. Then again 3 round 15s, and I bead through the Delica. And again 3 pieces. I bead through the outside holes of the quarter tilas. 3 pieces, and I bead through the Delica. Lovely ladies and gentlemen, because Peter is here with us, it does not happen often that we also have guys joining us. So a special welcome to Peter. I'm really happy to see you here. Please also make sure to join the Beadingschool Club and let us know if you have any additional questions. You can always reach us at info@beadingschool.com or through our social media channels. And while I'm finishing this step, lovely ladies, let me know, what is your intention, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. What is your intention with today's motif? Are you making earrings, a pendant, a bracelet? I'm curious. In the meantime, I'm about to add the last new group of size 15s, and then I will repeat a tiny bit of the thread path until exiting the second new group of size 15s, and my thread should be hanging at this moment towards a Miyuki Delica size 11. And I see another new name, Chelsea. Welcome. Is it your first time? And a special welcome also to Chelsea if it's her first time watching and beading together. And now I will add some more Miyuki Delica beads. So I will put aside the size 15 so they don't mess with the view. And then I bead through a Miyuki Delica bead that is sitting in between the 2mm pearls and in between the groups of 3 size 15s. Then I pick up 2 more Miyuki Delicas. I bead through the same Miyuki Delica and then I repeat the thread path through 3 size 15s, quarter tilas or half tila, 3 more size 15s and Miyuki Delica to get in position to add another pair of Miyuki Delicas. Again, exiting the Delica, I pick up 2 new Miyuki Delica beads. I bead through the same Delica bead and then I continue through a group of 3 round 15s, the quarter tilas or half tila, another group of 3 round 15s, and Miyuki Delica. It is time to pick up the third pair of Miyuki Delicas, and again I get in position for the next last time to add a pair of Delicas. Chelsea says that it's not her first time watching, but usually she is teaching on Thursdays, but now it's summer break, so she could join. I'm very happy that you could join, dear Chelsea. And even if you can't make it in real time, you can always watch the recordings on YouTube. And we keep an eye on comments. Even if you have a question later, then we are there to help you out. Now I'm adding the last pair of Miyuki Delicas, and I finish by beading through Miyuki Delica and 3 pieces of round 15s. So this is how it looks like at the moment. I love it how different it always looks like in different colors. So I'm curious, how will yours look like? Ariana says in the meanwhile that she was thinking about earrings, but maybe she will change her idea. And Carol also would like to make earrings. And let's see what's happening now in step 8. This is the time when we are adding more of the tila beads, so please pay close attention if you are using the quarter tila beads. So I am exiting a group of 3 round 15s with my thread hanging towards the quarter tilas. Normally I would pick up 2 pieces of half tilas, but instead I pick up 4 pieces of quarter tila beads. I want to attach them to the existing pair or existing half tila if you are beading with half tilas, and I bead backwards towards me through the outside hole of the beads. I pull my thread. In case that you have half tilas, then all you need to do is bead again through the 2 half tilas and then continue into the 3 round 15s. But if you have quarter tilas, then you bead through the inside holes of the first 2, outside holes in the opposite direction, and the inside holes again. So this way you fixed the quarter tilas into a kind of a fake half tila. Then you move on to the next pair. You bead through the inside holes of the quarter tilas. You bead backwards in the opposite direction through the outside holes, and you bead again through the inside holes. Then it's time to bead through 3 round 15s, one of the Miyuki Delicas. You pick up a third Miyuki Delica. There will be like a little decoration here consisting of 3 Delicas. So after the first one, you pick up one, and only then you bead through the second, and you bead through the group of 3 round 15s. And now we can repeat the same all around 3 more times. So I'm exiting the group of 3 round 15s. I pick up 4 quarter tilas, or you can pick up 2 half tilas if you have those. I bead in the opposite direction through the outside holes of my quarter tilas. I bead through the inside holes of the first 2. Opposite direction through the outside holes. Original direction through the inside holes again. And the same with the second pair. So this is how we can fix quarter tilas into a half tila bead. Then we move through a group of 3 round 15s and a Delica bead. I pick up a Delica bead, and then I bead through the second Delica, 3 round 15s, and I can pick up another 4 quarter tilas. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I bead in the opposite direction through the outside holes of my quarter tila beads. Ladies, by the way, is this clear how I joined the quarter tilas to each other? Could you follow it, or should I explain it maybe in a different way? Could I explain it well? So I'm joining again. I'm repeating the thread pass with the little modification of joining the quarter tilas into a half tila by also beading through the outside holes. Oh, and Chelsea says in the meantime, thank you, Erika, and everyone else for the welcome. It has made my day. I'm so happy about that, Chelsea. This is that kind of place. You will always find here kindness and compassion and lots of creativity and lots of lovely beaders here on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, but especially in the Beadingschool Club on Facebook. And Ariana says, yes, clear tension is also good so far. Everything is still flat. And Kristen says, I could explain it well. So thank you so much for the feedback, ladies. It is very important for me to know if you have a question or also if it's going well. So now I will add that Delica bead in between the 2 added previously. And I bead through the group of 3 round 15s to get in position for adding the last quarter tila beads, or maybe half tila beads in your case. So I pick up 4 pieces of quarter tila beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bead in the opposite direction through the outside holes of my quarter tilas. I bead through the inside hole of the first 2, in the opposite direction through the outside holes of the same pair, and the inside holes again. And I repeat this with the second pair. And Ginny says that it makes perfect sense to her, even though she's only watching today. I'm super happy about this, Ginny. And you can do this every time if you would like to substitute a half tila with some quarter tilas, or if you would like to substitute a full tila bead with some half tilas. You can also substitute a full tila bead with like quarter tila, half tila, quarter tila. I think that is a very interesting combination. I am adding now the last Miyuki bead between the 2. And then I finish off this step by beading through 3 round 15 seed beads. So this is how my motif looks like, and just like Ariana, I'm super happy with it actually. It lays nice and flat, it's sturdy, and I love the amount of turquoise in it, most importantly. And let's see what's happening in step 9. My pictures got mixed up for some reason, so I will go a little bit back and forth. So this is the time when I'm going to add some 3mm and 4mm fire polished beads. My 3mm ones are these powdery gray, but my 4mm ones, look at them. My favorite, okay, second favorite, because the absolute favorites are always the turquoise beads, but second favorite color, well, we can call it olive green, light olive green. We can call it light kiwi green. We can call it, what else can we call it, ladies? Avocado green. And what else comes to your mind when you look at this shade? Don't be shy. In the meantime, I will get in position for adding new beads by beading through the outside holes of the quarter tilas, 3 round 15s, and 2 Miyuki Delicas. So my goal is to exit a Miyuki Delica that is sitting in the middle that I added in the previous step. Oh, Terry says it's lime green. Kimberly and Ariane, indeed. So, as affectionately called chicken shit in the beading school community, indeed my second favorite color. Chelsea calls it lime also, as Terry. And now, when I'm exiting a Delica bead, I pick up a 3mm fire polished bead, and I bead through the outside holes of the closest pair of quarter tilas. I pick up 2 pieces of 4mm fire polished bead, and I bead through the outside holes of the other pair. And now I'm joining them to the Delica with a 3mm fire polish. So always when I want to join the outside holes of the quarter tilas, or in your case it might be half tilas, to the Delica, I add a 3mm fire polished bead. And when I want to fill this big gap in between the outside holes of the quarter tilas, then I pick up 2 pieces of 4mm fire polished beads. This step is incredibly fast, as I am working only with big beads. Ellen says it's vitriol. Ellen, you're also new to the community, right? Then a special warm welcome to you too. So I'm adding my last fire polished beads. I pick up 2 4mm ones, and then I pick up my last 3mm one and bead through the Miyuki Delica. This is also a moment when the motif might need a little bit of attention and tapping to make sure that it's flat and sturdy. So I like to pull my thread a little bit, put down my motif on the bead mat and tap. And indeed, Ellen is new, and Kimberly is already welcoming Ellen. And Terry says, in the meantime, I am working on a new design using the colors of beads I could find in my stash that work with the theme until I get my box. I had lots of frogging, but it is looking better now. Dear Terry, I'm sure it will be amazing. You always come up with so creative pieces. You did so many amazing designs during the previous theme too. I was like every time so taken by your ideas. And now let's see what's happening in step 10. I will kind of repeat the thread path, but always adding a Miyuki Delica bead in between the 2 pieces of 4mm fire polished beads. So I bead through fire polished, quarter tilas fire polished. I pick up a Delica on the corner, and then I just bead through the beads on the edge of the motif until I can add the second and then the third and the fourth Delica bead. After I picked up the fourth one, then I bead through 4mm fire polished bead, quarter tila beads, 3mm fire polished bead, and Delica. And Peter is not Peter. It's Bernadette in disguise. That is so funny. And I was like, wow, we have a guy here. Bernadette, I'm super happy that you found turquoise. Turquoise is the best color. And let's see what's happening in step 11. In step 11, I will be connecting the 3mm fire polished beads to the Delica sitting in between the 4mm ones with a bunch of Delica beads. This can be a second color if you would like to. And one group consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of Delicas. So first of all, I bead through a 3mm fire polished bead. I pick up 6 delicas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I bead through the delica on the corner. Again, 6 delica beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I bead through 3mm fire polished, delica, and 3mm fire polished. And I need to do this all around. Again, I pick up 6 pieces of Miyuki Delica beads. 3, 4, 5, 6. I bead through the delica on the corner, and I bead all around in the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and beading through fire polished bead, delica, fire polished bead. Oh, and Linda, thank you for your kind words. And don't worry, if you are beading slower, it's absolutely all right. It's like, everyone has a perfect pace how we are working. And sometimes my beading speed also varies. Sometimes I'm beading fast when I really am in the flow. Sometimes I'm slowing down and I'm enjoying every stitch one by one. And the most important is that we don't compare ourselves to each other, and we enjoy the process and enjoy how the little beautiful piece is coming together on our bead mats. I'm really, really enjoying to see this. And now I have only one step left, but I'm actually thinking of a little variation with the colors. I'm thinking of adding some more turquoise. No, I will leave the Delica beads in one color. So I bead through the 3mm fire polished bead, the group of 6 that I picked up, and then I pick up 2 Delica beads. I bead in the opposite direction through the Delica sitting between the fire polished beads. I bead through the first Delica from the pair. I pick up a 3rd new Delica. I bead through the 2nd new Delica bead, the group of 6. And then also through fire polished, Delica, fire polished. And I need to do this all around. So I bead through 6 pieces of Miyuki Delica beads. I pick up 2 Delicas. I bead through the Delica between the fire polished in the opposite direction. I bead through the first Delica. I pick up a 3rd new one. I bead through the second new Delica, the group of 6, and then fire polished Delica, fire polished, 6 pieces of Delica beads, and again I pick up 2 new Delica beads, I bead in the opposite direction through the Delica sitting between the fire polished ones. I bead through the first Delica from the new beads, I pick up a new one, I continue through the second new fire polished, the group of 6 on the edge, fire polished bead, Delica, fire polished bead, six pieces of Delica beads, and then the last little tip, making the tip tippy. I pick up 2 Delica beads. I bead backwards through the Delica between the fire polished ones. I bead through the first new bead. I pick up a third new one. I bead through the second new one that I picked up. And then I can continue on the edge. And this is actually how the finished motif should look like. I will probably fix mine on a brooch base, because I want to continue with something that I have started today. I do not plan to bead another pair of earrings for this, but what really got me intrigued, that I absolutely need to fix a 4mm Preciosa sewn rhinestone in the middle of this. And I think this little addition will really make it nice. I might, not the jet, of course. I thought that it is Montana. So I might add a Montana colored Preciosa sewn rhinestone in the middle. Lovely ladies, of course, everything that you need for this and a lot more can be yours from the Beadingschool bead shop. And if you need new beads, or if you would like to, if you got intrigued, and if you would like to become one of our Beadingschool Academy students, then please visit beadingschool.com. And we can't wait to have you in the community and to make your bead mat even sparklier. I actually also have a super nice special deal for you this week. And I'm looking for my picture. Where is my picture? Just a moment. Well, I will make this disappear, and I will add this one. So lovely ladies, as you might know, Preciosa decided to discontinue, well, the majority of the Preciosa nacre pearls that they carry. Unfortunately, all the Preciosa nacre cabochons will be gone soon. That means the 8mm cute Preciosa nacre cabochons, also the 16mm half-hole button beads that I used, for example, the coumarin pendant. but also many more designs. Also, most of the colors of the pearls will be gone, only the cream and the white pearls stay. And this week, we managed to do the very last restock in the Beadingschool bead shop of the Preciosa nacre cabochons. So everything that you see now, it is your last chance to stock up. And in case that you place an order before next week's Coffee Time with Erika, it means 22nd of July 2025. 5 p.m. Central European Time, 11 a.m. New York City, 8 a.m. California, 3 a.m. New Zealand Fay time. So if you place an order requiring shipping before this deadline in the Beadingschool bead shop at beadingschool.com, then every beader will receive a goodbye gift to say goodbye to the Preciosa nacre cabochons. So we have a bag of 8mm Preciosa pearlescent cabochons waiting for every beader who places an order in this time frame in the Beadingschool bead shop. And we have one gift per beader, not one gift per order. It's important to know. And also on the picture, you can see some of those super beautiful, elegant, sparkly, amazing 3x11mm Preciosa slim navets that I used, for example, in the green version of the Moonlit Wave earrings, and we added them in many different colors, as many colors as possible. So it's really worth it to visit the Beadingschool bead shop and place an order right now. We ship worldwide, no matter where do you live, in Peru, Taiwan, Japan, Iceland, Indonesia, USA, Sweden, Italy, Spain, wherever in the world, South Africa, we ship to your country, except Russia, and above 100 euros, we offer free shipping, and even below and over 100 euros, always we dispatch your orders with a tracking number, so you can keep an eye on your sparkly package, and we send you the tracking number on the day when the package leaves the Beadingschool treasury. It is in your country in a matter of few days, so even to the USA, it reaches the USA usually within a week, sometimes even less, in a matter of days, and within Europe it's also only a few days until you can get it. We usually ship the packages same day or the next working day, and we really thank you for everyone who trusts us with your sparkly bead orders. Beading is indeed therapy, as Kimberly said in one of her comments, and I'm so happy that you keep beading, you keep sharing your creativity, and yeah, that we are here together in this adventure. Lovely ladies, do you have any questions about today's motif, about the nacre cabochons, about anything else that comes to your mind? I would love to answer your questions still now, if possible. I'm glad that you like the rhinestone. Linda says, love these colors. More bling. Yes, more bling. Ginny says, so cute. And Kimberly says, oh, the rhinestone adds a perfect touch. And Terry says, I love it, Erika. The colors are so summer. Thank you. Oh, and Ellen says she's thinking about attaching something else in the middle. You can also create a little cross shape, an accenting cross shape using only size 15 and size 11 seed beads. So you can substitute the rhinestones to something else. Maybe like some metal finish seed beads in the middle, joining the corner beads of this square to make it a little bit sparklier. So lovely ladies, if you don't have more questions left, then I would like to thank you for your attention and your company today. It means a lot to me that you keep coming and you join me every week. Oh, Hannah has a question. She asks, is the swan stone an 8mm? It's a 4mm one, dear Hannah. I would also be it would also be possible to fix a 2.8mm one using the Delica bits from the first step, but it's also possible to fix there a 4mm rhinestone, and in that case I will be using the Delica bits from step 2. And Nancy is asking, is there a minimum price for the order for the gift? Dear Nancy, is just an order requiring shipping, so that makes it 10 euros at the moment. And thank you also, Angelina. And Ariana says, no questions, looking forward to go through my new treasures and make my mini kits. Have lots of fun with your arriving team boxes, dear ladies. And see you next week for Coffee Time with Erika. And again for No One Has to Bead Alone. Have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.